Hello everybody, what's going on? Welcome to CEFRhouse channel. If you are new in this channel, subscribe to my channel and press the bell to get notifications for new videos. So today I'm going to teach you conditional sentences to talk about unreal situations. So first rule, let's get it started. So look at first rule. We use conditional sentences to talk about how imaginary or hypothetical situations in the past, present, or future could be different. That is, could be different. So second rule, to talk about an unreal situation in the present or future, we use if plus past tense in one clause and would, might, could plus infinitive in the other clause. It doesn't matter which order the clauses appear in. Sometimes we call this second conditional. So this is a structure of second conditional. So we use in if clause past tenses. It can be past simple, past continuous, and in the result clause we use would, might, could plus infinitive. All right. Look at examples. If you had more money, would you buy a bigger house or a better car? So I am just curious about the amount of money when you have enough amount of money. I'm curious whether you would buy a house or a car. So this is hypothetical. I know you, for example, let's say I know you, you're my friend. I know your income, let's say, or uh, your wealth, your richness, how much money you have. That's why I'm asking you that I am sure now that you cannot afford house or car at the moment. But if you had more money, which one would you choose? Bigger house or better car? But now you have relatively small house and not like that Mercedes-Benz, BMW, that kind of brand you don't have. You have something simple. All right, next example. She'd move abroad without a second thought if she married a foreigner. So let's say she's not married, she's single, and you are talking about her, and you say that as far as you know, uh, she would marry to a foreigner, and she would love or she would like to move abroad with that foreigner to have better life maybe in another country. That's why you're saying she would move abroad without a second thought if she married a foreigner. All right. Next, we can use either was or were with I, he, she, it in an if clause. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So you can say if it were, if it was, or you can say my house, I'd sell it, but it's my parents' place. So you can say if it were or if it was. Next example, I'd apply for the job if I were or if I was in his situation. Okay, so in first sentence you can see that it's not my house. That's why I am like imagining it and saying that hypothetically that if it were my house I would sell, and I'm not in his situation. It says in second sentence, if I were him or if I were in his situation I'd apply for the job, but I'm not him. I cannot be him. It's impossible. All right. And note that we can only use were and not was in the phrase if I were you. If I were you. So if I were you, you can only use I mean in this kind of phrase you can only use were. If I were you, you can say. You don't say if I was you. It would be grammatically incorrect. All right, I hope this slide is understandable. I will move to next slide. So first rule in this slide is to talk about a hypothetical situation in the past. Now let's talk about past. We use if plus past perfect, one of past perfect tenses. It can be past perfect simple or past perfect continuous, plus would, could, might have, plus past participle. Sometimes we call this third conditional. This is called third conditional. And here you can see would, could, might, have, and past participle. It's different from second conditional. All right. Now, if you'd called them, they could have given you a lift. If you had called them, so it means, in fact, you didn't call them, and they didn't give you a lift. Maybe you took a taxi. Next example. I might have stopped to talk to him if he hadn't been in such a hurry. In fact, I didn't stop to talk to him because he was in a hurry. He didn't have time, maybe, so I didn't stop, and he didn't stop. Like we, both of us, we didn't stop, and we didn't talk to each other. It means. Okay. So this is the structure of second conditional. This is how you make second conditional. And this is hypothetical situation in the past. You're just hypothesizing it. Okay, second rule, note that as with all conditional sentences, the if clause and the result clause can go in either order in all conditional sentences. It doesn't matter. First conditional, second conditional, third conditional, it doesn't matter. If the if clause goes first, it is separated by a comma, right? You should use comma when you start, or if you start your sentence with if clause. After if clause, you should use a comma, then so you use result clause, then full stop. But if you start your sentence with result clause, here you can say result clause. So after result clause, you don't use comma. Okay, I hope it's understandable. Next, also note that we often contract would to id and have to iv in informal speaking and writing. It says informal speaking writing. If you're going to take or when you are taking formal speaking or writing, let's say mostly writing exam, when you're writing essays, for example, formal essays, you mustn't use these contractions, i.e. id and have can't be used. So, for example, I would have liked to have seen him before he'd left. I would have liked to have seen him before he had left. Here you can see two contractions. This is would have and hid. He had. Okay. If they hadn't been so ambitious, I'd have liked them more. It means I would have liked them more if they hadn't been. So here you can see also contraction, not is contracted, and here would is contracted. All right. I hope this page is understandable. Next page is we can mix the second and third conditional forms to talk about hypothetical situations in the past that have a present result. Now this is called mixed conditional. All right, you can mix conditionals. So they are, so second and third conditionals can be mixed. So when you want to show or when you want to talk about hypothetical situations in the past, something happened, imaginary situation, and in the present you can see the result. So for example, if he had done his homework, he would be able to watch a film now. So this is past imaginary situation. In fact, he didn't do his homework, so he is not allowed to watch a film now. So this is third conditional. This part, if clause third conditional, result clause is second conditional. This is mixed here. All right, next. You mightn't be feeling ill if you hadn't eaten so much cake. So hypothetical situation in the past. So I am hypothesizing that you ate too much cake. Let's say too much cake. Now you are feeling ill. So I am hypothesizing if you hadn't eaten so much cake, you might be feeling ill now. Okay, this part is second conditional, and this part is third conditional, and it's called mixed conditional. So second and third conditional is hypothetical. The second conditional is result clause here. Now we can also mix conditional forms to talk about hypothetical past results of a different situation, of a different present situation, especially with state verbs you can use. For example, if he weren't so lucky, if he weren't so lucky, so he is lucky, it means yes, he is lucky, or he was lucky. He could have died in that accident. He could have died in that accident. So here you can see third conditional, but he didn't die in that condition, in that accident, because he was lucky, or he is lucky. Okay, they would have studied longer if they were from a wealthy family. So here you can see in this part, so in if clause, you can see were, so it means that they are not from wealthy family. Their family still not wealthy, it means, at the moment. That's why they didn't study longer. They had to stop studying. They had to drop out of the college or maybe high school, and they had to work, for example, to support their family. So they didn't study longer. So it says they would have studied longer if they were from a wealthy family. So this part is here. If clause is second conditional. If clause is second conditional. So hypothetical past result is it is could have let's say past participle and would have past participle. This hypothetical past result is third conditional. Okay, I hope conditional sentences and real situations in the past and present and future and mixed conditional are understandable. So now here you have 6 sentences. The instruction says, combine the 2 ideas to make one conditional sentence about an unreal situation. So here all sentences are real. They are all real. So you are going to combine these 2 sentences, 2 parts all, to make unreal situation. Okay. So you should you should know something, guys. You should know something. If there is real conditional, you can make unreal conditional. If there was event, or there happened something or didn't happen something, there is hypothetical situation or something like that. So you can see it, you can real thing, and you can turn it to hypothetical situation. I hope you can understand what I mean. And so, and there is another thing. So these are all real, right? These are all real. Let's say first sentence is real. This he didn't apply for the job, so he didn't get promoted, right? He didn't do it in real. This is real. This is fact. So you're going to make it with if he had blah blah blah, he would or could blah blah blah. You should say, you're going to say. And I would like to highlight something here. In real situation didn't apply. This is negative, right? Negative form of sentence. And this is also didn't get promoted, didn't get. This is also negative. That is negative auxiliary word, negative auxiliary word. So when you make it unreal situation, it becomes positive. You're going to use positive word here. So, all right, I hope it's enough with the explanation. You can pause the video. You can write these unreal situations for these sentences. Then after that, you can play it and you can see the answers. I will show you the answers. Now, guys, once you have made these unreal sentences, unreal conditional sentences, so you can check them. You can compare these sentences with your own sentences. If you have no mistakes, I would be glad to hear that in the comment section. If you have made mistakes, I would be glad to see your questions regarding any of these sentences. If you didn't understand any part of today's topic, I would be looking forward to hearing from you. Anyway, even though everything is fine with you, everything is clear, please leave your comments in comment section. I would be willingly I will be willingly helping you guys. Everybody be safe, take care. I hope it was understandable and enjoyable. If you have not subscribed yet, consider subscribing. And if you have enjoyed this video, like the video, and don't forget to hit the bell for more notifications of new videos. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.